something you like on the show? Did you know that we have links to the products used on the show in the description? If you're watching on YouTube, look below the video. Click the More button, and you'll find links to products used in the show, as well as more information on what you'll learn in this episode. On Facebook, click on the video that you are interested in. Look at the top right of the video and you'll find the description. If there is more to read below the viewable description, click See More to view the full description and pertinent links. There's some pretty helpful info in there. Now you know. Happy sewing!
Hello, everyone. I've got Fernalicious with me today. Hey, Fern.
Hey.
You're looking awfully festive.
Right? I had to, like, everybody was so dressed up this week. I'm looking through all my T-shirts, like, they've seen it, they've seen it, they've seen it, they've seen it. Okay.
That's pretty dang cute.
And
I love
like,
it.
you can't miss me, so.
No, we cannot miss you, and that's a good thing. We're glad you're here, and we're glad you're here as well. Welcome to Three Themes Live, where theme number 1 is something to smile about, theme number 2 is something to learn, and theme number 3 is something to discover. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Three Themes Live. I'm Kris here at my girlfriend's quilt shop, and I'm so excited for our final day this week of Three Themes Live as we end our week-long Stitched and Bewitched week. It has been such a blast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it as well. We hope that you've been inspired to create something maybe a little spooky, but maybe too cute to spook for your homes. And we're just happy to have you. So I do want to give a shout out real quick though to Kelly, who is following us on YouTube. It was the greatest thing. As the comments are coming through, I read that Kelly said, "Hey everyone, don't forget to give these guys a thumbs up." And I thought, thank you so much. You guys have no idea. When you do reactions like that, it actually helps the algorithm for YouTube, and we're incredibly grateful, just so that more eyes can come onto Three Things Live. So thank you, Kelly, for that shout out. And for those of you on YouTube or even Facebook, give us a thumbs up. We'd be so grateful. All right, everyone. I am so grateful to have these two friends with me today. We've got Fern and Sandra with me. And, you know, of course, you kind of know that if the two of you are going to be here together, we may be doing a little bit of machine embroidery, perhaps?
What's that?
Possible.
Maybe.
It's possible.
No idea. Oh, my goodness. And you guys have an event coming up real soon.
We do. Yeah, we've got
couple,
we've got one tomorrow. And then we also, the brand new Comfort and Joy is coming out. And our first one is next week.
Wow. And did you see the
excited.
Bella Box reveal today?
Oh.
Yes.
So fun. I know. I love it. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I love it all. Love it all.
Yes.
All right. Well, this week we have been talking about, for theme number 1, a few little scary Halloween stories, but scary stories in the sewing room. And so without all the blood and gore, because don't you worry, Abby took care of that for us, and she's got little Band-Aids and stuff going over top of your Yeah, not so happy sights. We have a few more stories to share with you today for theme number 1 as our way of just having a few different Ghoul-friend giggles that I think you might all relate to. So you've been sending in your stories, and we want to share a few more with you today. Are you ready? All right, so we're going to start out with Sandra's. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what happened to Jenny?
Jenny, well, she was trying to change the rotary blade on her cutter, and she said while she was trying to unscrew the rotary cutter, it was screwed so tight that it slipped out of her hand and sliced her left thumb.
Yeah.
She says, I didn't think it would be that bad, but 8 stitches later,
Oh my gosh.
I learned my lesson to always make sure that it is in the safety lock position before replacing your blade. She says, it's been 4 months now, and my thumb still feels numb and tingling.
Oh.
She says it healed quick, but I think it might have permanent nerve damage. She says, moral to this story is, don't forget to put the safety on before changing your blade, especially at 11 p.m.
I like that little
Yes.
caveat, like especially at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
I think we talked a little bit about that earlier this week too, is, you know what, if you're tired, it might be best just to go to
walk
bed.
away.
Go,
Yeah, walk away.
Just
stop
walk away,
and,
go to bed, right?
and stop.
I had never thought of putting the safety catch on. Like,
Yeah.
I'm changing it, so I figure the blade is out. I never thought to do that.
Yeah. Well,
So I
you
learned-
had something similar with the blade being
yes.
out. And what happened to you?
Oh, yeah. I was cutting out a quilt, and I put my rotary blade down, and I turned my ruler, and it knocked my rotary blade off my cutting table and straight down into the top of my
Ooh.
foot.
Ouch.
7 stitches later, very much
my
like Jenny's,
goodness.
I had,
Oh.
I had to have my daughter drive me over to the emergency room because I had to hold it because it was like spurting. Sorry, guys, but it was,
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Sorry.
that visual. That visual, yeah. Well, so the moral of the story there,
Oh, before you put your rotary blade down, close it.
you know what the moral of the story for me is?
7 or 8 stitches.
Don't wear
Bare feet.
wear shoes when
That
you're
too.
sewing. I don't know. I know a
And-
lot
and
of
I
you are
don't.
like, no. I drive barefoot. I get it. I get it. But for me, I always wear shoes because I'm afraid I'm going to step on a pin or something. I don't know.
And my feet are just cold.
Yeah,
So I always have
that's right.
shoes on.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
We have another story, Fern. Go
So
ahead.
Sherry Love, she was sewing and was holding 5 pins with her lips and suddenly sneezed. It was like, oh my gosh. They went into the back of her throat. She was home alone, and so she had to take the tweezers to get them out. Can you imagine that?
No.
I can't even imagine.
I can't imagine that.
I'm having
No.
a hard time swallowing.
Make me gag.
Sherry.
Yes.
Wow.
I can't.
wow.
What? I mean, she's got guts to
Yeah.
figure out what to do. Even
I
just don't
think I'd be a
could.
little too scared to grab those tweezers and try and pull them out myself.
Yeah.
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 I think so too.
So
Ooh.
kudos to you, Sherry.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
no
Don't
kidding.
put pins in your mouth. Don't
Debbie
ever
said,
put
who
pins in your
knew we
mouth, but
needed
yes.
to wear steel toe shoes in our sewing room?
Oh, yeah.
And keep a really
Exactly.
strong magnet close by.
Yes. Oh my goodness. And Judy, she agrees
Yes.
with me. Wear shoes
Yeah.
with those pins. I don't know. I have that. I just have that lingering feeling that I'm going to step on a pin.
Yeah.
So I always wear shoes, but you know.
Yeah.
But you guys want to hear something else that's super crazy, and I can't believe he didn't send a picture in for us to see. But he doesn't quite remember. This is a story that has been passed down in his family from his mother, and that is our very own Eric. Okay, guess what he did? Get this. He was 2 years old, and he swallowed. You're not going to believe this. He accidentally swallowed a sewing presser foot. What?
How do you?
A sewing presser foot?
They're not even fun to chew on.
Have you tried?
No, it's just a hard metal. Like, why would you? Chew it
Little
up.
kids put money in their mouth all the
Yeah, they
time, and
do.
so as a 2-year-old, I can imagine that he was in there with his mom and picked up her sewing foot, stuffed it in
stuck
his
on
mouth,
it.
and went on playing and swallowed it.
I can't even imagine. He said that his mom's sewing room was right next to the laundry room, and he was there just playing with stuff and exploring, and there you go. All of a sudden, he's got a sewing machine foot. I don't even know how that gets down your throat, especially as a 2-year-old. But
yeah,
right.
we've always said Eric's got a big mouth.
We have.
Just kidding. Yeah, he's behind that camera right now. Thanks, Kris. Thanks. I mean, seriously, that is something else.
Yeah.
So, of course,
Crazy.
you know, where did it come out? The diaper.
The other end.
The diaper change, right? Wow.
They
Well,
definitely
thankfully
had to
it came out,
monitor that.
yeah,
Make sure it did
I'm sure
go
they
through.
did. I'm
Yeah.
sure they did.
For
So,
sure.
okay. Crazy, crazy.
Good ending to that story.
There you go. Well, okay, I'll leave it at that. Anyway, too much fun. We hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy maybe isn't the right word, but you know, I hope you can relate and perhaps even more important, learn a lesson.
Learn a lesson.
To not do those things.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think all of us have been there. I mean, you had a needle go through your nail.
I did.
Yeah.
And right
just
through
through
that
the
needle.
end of the nail,
and it
it
just
didn't
stuck there like that.
That's why we have long nails.
Yeah. You guys with your long, beautiful nails. Holy cow. I'd like to see you send that one to your nail technician.
Yeah,
She
and
saw
see
it.
what she
Yeah,
says.
I did. I showed it to her. And she did see it.
Well, she had to fix it, so.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness, too fun. All right, guys. Well, that wraps things up for theme number 1. Are you ready for theme number 2? I'm so excited because we have a brand new Halloween applique set that is debuting today, and we call it Frightfully Simple. And the reason for that is because it certainly is very, very simple applique. And that's really what we want right now, especially at this time of year and you're trying to get all these projects done. How about a great little project for your home, for your kids, for your little trick-or-treaters, whatever it might be. And Fern and Sandra are going to show us how that's done and share with us a little bit more about what we like to call Frankensteining stabilizer. If you're wondering what that all means, stick around. We'll be back right after this.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the top of our hearts.
I'm here at the machine. I'm going to go straight directly on the line, okay, for this one.
Now I'm going to hand you this next one.
We're going to go a thread off of the line, more towards the corner, the outside corner. This is the one I did first, the one I did directly on the line. It doesn't go all the way to the top. Why would that be? Well, it's because thread takes up space.
Right.
And so whenever I have to sew directly on a line, I actually do it just a smidge over. And there we go. And this one goes all the way over.
Now one thing I like to do after you do this is because we're going to trim this bulk off, but if you turn this to the back, do you see how on this one you can see just that little tiny bit of white right there on that edge? And that's why I like to set my seams and then trim after.
I completely agree with you on that, Allison. Remember that 3 Themes Live is where we always have something to make you smile
Something to learn.
and something to discover. Let's go.
And welcome back.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Sandra.
And I'm Fern.
And we're glad to be here with you to show you a few of these really fun Halloween designs that we have that make it really simple, that you could put them on just about anything.
And they're so adorbs.
Yeah. So, and they're very, very cute. So, first of all, let's start with what we're going to do is we're going to make a pumpkin, Fern.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Should we show them what we're doing? What the design?
Well, not that
Little
one
bit?
because
Not
we
that one?
don't
Okay.
have that one, but we can show some of the other ones.
Yeah, let's kind of give an idea.
Okay. So the first one that we have here that we just put on some tea towels is the cute little, who doesn't say boo at Halloween? Okay?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone says
Yeah.
it.
So we've got this fun little one here.
And I love the
then-
glitter. It's so
And then
bright
we
and cheerful.
always have to have a witch's hat.
Yes.
Always have to have a witch's hat at Halloween. And also you definitely need a bat.
Yes. We're a little baddie.
Yeah, we are a little batty sometimes, I'll
battier.
tell you that. Yeah, and then who likes candy corns?
Oh, I do.
Not.
You don't.
Not.
That's right.
I am not a candy corn person, but this one is
It's
very,
really
very
cute,
cute.
yeah.
So thanks so much.
Yeah.
And then again, our witch's hat here is just done a little bit different. So we can show you a few little options
I love
here.
all the different mediums that
Yes.
we've used, and there's some
Yeah.
more that we'll show after
Yeah,
next too.
yeah. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is, Fern, sometimes people think, okay, I'm going to take this tea towel and I'm going to put it in my hoop and I'm going to embroider on it. How am I going to do that?
So just slap it down there in the middle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just if you just open it up and put it down there,
Yeah,
it'll be in the perfect place.
Right.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, you're right. Probably not. So whenever I do anything with like a tea towel or a shirt or even a bath towel or anything
Something
like that.
where you want it placed in a specific
Yeah, you want to
position,
know. But then all I have is this design, and I'm like, okay, how big is it, and where is
Right.
it going to fit, and what am I going to do? So what I did with it, because I wasn't sure, I went into my software and I printed it out so that I could see. Now these are all done in a 5x7. Okay, so
And that's
I
such a
took
great
and
idea.
print them out, and then I could take my pumpkin here, and I could kind of go, okay, do I want it on the corner here? Do I want it in the
Center, yeah.
middle? And so then that way I know exactly what size, obviously it's
How
a
it's gonna
5x7,
fit,
but
what
where
it's
it's
gonna
going to
look
fit
like,
on my tea towel.
a great
So
idea.
I'm thinking that would be the first place I would go. So I always use a sticky back stabilizer.
Yes.
And a wash away.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're using, you could use a tearaway, but I actually prefer the cutaway type than a tearaway, because depending on the density of your stitching too, is the
pull on those
stabilizer going to
stitches, yeah.
come out
Yeah.
before I even get it finished? So I have to evaluate a few things. So I really like using the sticky back stabilizer.
So if
Sticky
you
back
don't have
wash away.
sticky back, what can you do?
You could use a regular wash away. I would probably double up the layers, maybe use 2 layers, and you could use like an adhesive of some type, 505.
Okay.
Okay.
I would tell you, I had the end of a roll that I used on one of my towels, and I didn't have any more sticky back. I was like,
Okay.
well, I got wash away.
Yeah.
So I put the wash away in and my glue stick
Okay.
and glued it down and
You can
held
also-
it with my hands away from my needle
Yeah.
just to make sure.
but you
but
can
yeah.
also use, oh gosh, that thought just went right out of my brain.
The 505 spray.
You could hoop it. That's
And
what
you
I
could
was
hoop
trying
it,
to say.
yes,
You
'cause
can
it is
always
very
hoop
thin.
it, because
Yes.
these tea towels are ones that you could hoop. So that would be
You know, I do
something
so
that you
much
could use.
Kimberbell, I forget that I can hoop things. I really do.
Yeah.
That thought had never crossed my mind.
I don't like to hoop. I want it floated. So I do as much as possible without hooping. But
Right.
sometimes if you need the stability, you have to hoop
Yeah.
it too. So
Okay, let's
and
get it on there.
a wash away,
Yeah.
you would probably want to hoop.
Yeah.
But a regular sticky back like this one, you don't have to hoop it.
And these designs are just very quick and simple, that I really wasn't worried about it being pulled or the
Right.
stitches pulling it into
Yeah.
an area that I didn't want it to be.
So you definitely
So
could
these
just
are such a great designs.
lay it
yeah.
on there like that. So I've got some sticky back stabilizer here. We've scored it, and now we're going to take the paper off of it, and like that. And then this is sticky right here.
Sure is.
So Fern, what do you think about putting this on the corner?
Yeah, if it's on the bottom, not on the top. So these towels have a little
They have a
hanger.
They do. They have a yeah. And when I
ribbon
did
to
it, I
hang
made
it, so
sure
yeah.
that my hanger was on the top,
top.
so we could do it that way. So you kind of would do it this way. So is there anything else that we can do?
So that changes everything about how I would place it, because if it's in the center along the bottom, I'd fold it in half, fold it up, find my
Right.
area and place it.
So
But-
if you're going to put it in the center, I would fold it like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then find the center here, find the center of my hoop.
the hoop.
Oh wait, is there a?
There is a crosshair that we can
Oh,
use
okay.
that Kimberbell gives us with everything.
Yeah.
But-
So you could put a
yeah.
crosshair. You could actually stitch out a crosshair on this. But this hoop is so awesome because it has the marks on it like that, so
Very
you
easy
don't
to
really
find.
need
Oh,
to have the
most hoops do.
crosshair. So that's what I would do. I'd figure out, okay, how far up do I want it from the bottom of my tea towel? So I would fold it like that. I would place it on. Now, as you've noticed, I folded this right sides together, so I'm looking at the wrong side here. So I would place it like this, and then I would open it up.
And just make sure you're straight.
It's straight here. Then I would open it up and put it like that. Now, this with a plaid, it looks a little crooked.
It does.
So I probably would straighten that out a little bit, and then stitch it.
So how are you going to do it on the corner?
So that's the one thing that worked out really.
I probably don't ever do corners.
That would be one of the
Yeah.
things where this would come in really handy. Because then if I wanted it on the corner like this, I'm challenging you here, girl.
Yeah, you are. You guys always challenge me. Just when I feel like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I
Give me
would
something
look
new.
at it, I would kind of place that in the hoop and look at it and go, okay, you're eyeballing it.
Okay.
I mean, basically you're gonna
Now
eyeball
you're
it.
talking my language.
So you could do it that way. But if you've noticed, when I printed this out, it also has the
You put a
crosshairs on
crosshair
it. Okay, so I can also center that in my hoop so that when I do that, I think, okay, that's about where I'm kind of liking that. What do you
Like that.
think?
Yeah.
Think that's a good place for it? Yeah. So then I'm going to take all of this other stuff and I'm going to roll it up and I'm going to clip it but we're going to get started
And I'm
here.
just going to lay it over
We're
the top.
just going
and
to
keep
lay it
out of
over the
way.
top. But you notice that
That's
when
what
I
I do
put
at
that
home.
down, I pressed it down really good so that it sticks to the stabilizer. Okay. And it's pretty good. It doesn't move. They don't move very much. So it makes it really nice. So we're going to get this started. And while this is stitching out, we're going to show you a few other things that we've been able to do. Okay. So the first thing it's going to do is just some placement lines, and then it's going to go on, and you guys know all about how that all works. But in the meantime, we just are going to show you a couple of the designs. These designs, again, come in a 4x4, 5x7, and a 6x10. So here's some options of what you can do.
Why don't you hand me my mediums here? Thanks.
Don't forget to take the plastic off of that.
Yes. Did you guys know that the glitter has plastic that you must remove?
Yes, yes. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these other options. Okay, so here we put this on just a onesie. Now, that was not stitched onto that onesie though. That was made into a patch first.
Oh, yes.
So to do that, we stitched it out on some felt and then made a patch out of it, and then you used the Kimberbell's double Pro Bond adhesive stuff that goes on the back of it, and then ironed it on to this little onesie. Turned out so cute. That bat and on this little striped onesie is great. And the thing about these Kimberbell onesies is that they're open up, and so you can stick that. Now, obviously, you know, they're not all that easy, so you kind of have to maneuver it around to put it, to do that. But with a patch, you don't have to do that. So that makes it even easier.
Can I tell you how much I love the double Pro Bond?
Yes.
I have so many stickers in
Yep.
my house.
Lots of patches.
Lots of patches, I guess.
Okay, ready for this next one? What do you think of that?
That's so cute. I think I need a baby girl.
Kris brought this in and I went, oh my gosh, that's adorable. So, so cute. And I thought, that is perfect. I like the fabric, everything. And again, it was made into a patch. And these are 4x4 sizes. Now,
And
let
just
me show you some other things that we've done. So genius, let me tell you. What do you think?
Oh,
What
that
do you
is
think?
darling.
Aren't those
Yes.
adorable? Aren't those cute? Again, 4x4. This is the candy corn. This is a candy wrapper, just stuck on a straw.
That is so cute. And I think it needs to go on a pixie stick for me.
Yeah, you can.
I love-
Yeah,
love the pixie.
Pixie sticks with the Kool-Aid inside of them.
That's right.
Yeah. So there you go. Some fun ideas. Again, just made a patch. Okay.
Can you grab me some scissors?
Oh my gosh, look at this one.
That is adorable.
Yes.
And I
So,
love
so
like
cute.
the little extras, the little ribbons, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how cute that is? Just decorate that up right there. Okay. So there's that one. Now these are the 6x10 sizes. Okay. How about that? How about that?
That's cute.
Yeah. There's more. Here we go. There's more. How about that one? Aren't these so cute?
Oh, I love the boo.
Yeah. So fun. Fabrics that just kind of pop. Just make that thing pop. And here's our candy wrapped. Okay. And here's our bat. And here again is our candy corn. I am just
That's
dying.
darling. Those are
These
so- I
are
love how
adorable.
big they
I
are,
thought,
too.
oh my goodness, those are so fun. And the fun ribbon that she added to these, and I thought, oh my goodness, those are
How
ingenious.
fun would it be? You know those special kids in the neighborhood that you have this special bowl that you pull out when they come around
For trick or treat?
for
Yeah.
trick-or-treaters?
Yeah.
How cute would it be to have like a big candy bar and wrap one of these around it and give?
Yeah.
And
that'd be-
then tell them they can go iron it on to one of their favorite jackets or their shirts. Or,
Now this was not made into a patch. These were just done on felt and a tearaway, just a tearaway stabilizer. So that
Awesome.
worked out really nice. So
Very
yeah,
cute.
just fun things that you can put out on your.
Or do a garland.
Oh, garland would be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, just make these into a garland or just put them out on your tier tray. How
Oh,
many
yeah.
of you have tier trays laying around all the
I got
time?
a couple.
Yeah. So fun ideas for all of these fun designs. These are available on our website that you can purchase them. So there are 6 designs in 3 sizes, which gives you all
So
kinds of
many, yeah.
options. All kinds of options that are absolutely great. So another thing that we're going to do is talk a little bit about how we can save on our stabilizer. Because, you know, stabilizer is not cheap,
It's not.
you know, but we love our projects and we want to do them all, and so we need all kinds of stabilizer, okay? So we're going to show you a few little things that we can do to help minimize that cost, okay?
Yeah.
When you're working in a bigger hoop, say an 8x10 or even a 6x10 or 8x12, a 6x10, there's a lot of time these designs, when you put them in your hoop, you have big pieces of stabilizer left over.
Right.
Either at the top or on the sides, depending on what you're working on. So what I've done here is I've taken just a few scraps of my stabilizer, and now this is just a light mesh cutaway, and I've sewed it together. But the first thing I like to do is decide which hoop I'm going to be working with. Okay?
Okay.
So I'll lay out my stabilizer. I'll take my pieces of my stabilizer and I'll lay them out, and I'll see what I can do, how many pieces I'm going to
And then
need.
you know how
or-
many you need to put together.
Right. So in this case here, you can see this is like, oh my gosh, I'm just like, it won't fit in my hoop.
Yeah.
Just ever so slightly. And how many of you have pieces this big that are left over?
Yeah,
We all
'cause
do, don't
yeah,
we?
because you've either
Yeah.
got the top of your
Yeah, the top of the project from the previous stitch out that you did
or
to
down the
this one.
side. Yeah.
So all you have to do is take another piece of stabilizer and sew it onto the side. And then guess what? We've got
And
it.
you've got it.
We've got it that it'll hold into the hoop and it'll be just perfect. So yeah, that works out really great. So how do I do this? Okay, one of the first things that I've done is you take your edge joining foot on your machine,
Okay.
and you just take your stabilizer. Let's just show this here really quick. And your edge joining foot has a guide that goes right down the middle, okay? So you would take your stabilizer and just butt it up together like that. Take
So you're not overlapping it at all.
very, very
Okay.
little, because you don't want all of that bulk,
Bulk.
up underneath your
Okay.
project. Okay, so you just kind of butt them up together, and then just have a little, it just does a zigzag stitch, and it doesn't have to be really close. You can just kind of make them, your stitches further away, that, you know, they don't have to be really close, but
And
just
when you
take
pull
your,
on that, it's tight enough.
oh yeah,
It's not coming
it's
apart.
not going to come back. It is not coming out. So that's the one thing that you can do, and just down the center there with that zigzag stitch.
I think that's one thing that I probably, like, I'm guilty of having a fairly good sized tub of excess stabilizer that it's too big to throw away, and so I just throw it in the tub. And like, I haven't put them together because I feel like you want your stabilizer and your hoop to be taut.
Yeah, you do.
And if I pull on that, is it going to come apart?
Now, if you just
But I've never used the
if you just did
edge-jointed
the
foot.
two of them, if you put the two of them together, even if you overlap it a little bit like this,
'Cause
it
it's
could
so
still
thin.
pull away.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure to have
I like
it
that, yeah.
so it's a little bit more secure.
Guess what I'm going to be? Well, I'm doing my enchanted winter quilt, but
Yeah,
on
and
my
I
other
just-
machine while that's stitching out, this would be a great thing to be doing.
And another thing that I will do is once I'll do a bunch of them. I'll figure out what pieces need to go together where and so on and so forth. And then I take a little marker and just down in the corner here, I'll write 5 by 7.
That's genius.
And then I take a pile of them. So then the next time I have a 5 by 7 hoop that I need to work
Yes.
with, I'll just grab that, one
That's
of those.
genius.
Or 6 by 10, just kind of write it down here in the
Yes.
corner, because
now
then
you're
that way
speaking
you know.
my love language. This is what I love. Organization. I don't have to think when I'm ready. It's all there. Just
Yeah.
a little bit of prep work,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I do with my light mesh cutaway. You can do with a medium cutaway, you could do it, but you wouldn't need to sew it together. I
Okay.
think that has a little bit more stability, but with any mesh,
Any mesh you could.
you definitely
So what do
could.
you do with your tear away or wash away? Like your sticky backs?
Sticky backs.
Yes.
Sticky backs, okay. So you can see what I had here. You saw a little bit of this before. Stitched out the little bat on here, but I'm like, that I could probably still get another project out of this,
Okay.
couldn't I? So I'm going to take a piece of scrap stabilizer, sticky back wash away stabilizer, same exact thing as I'm working here, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull the paper off of it.
So I've done this with my tearaway, but I've never done it with my sticky back.
Oh, you have not?
Uh-uh.
Okay.
I have done it with my tearaway,
So
sticky
we're
back
good.
tearaway.
Okay, so wash away, and then you turn your hoop over to the back side here, and then you're gonna take this and put it right over that area,
Okay.
okay? And kind of make sure it's good and tight. It's always nice to have maybe something up underneath your hoop.
But like if you tack it down, you can just flip it.
Yeah,
and then
but if
really
you just
press
kind
it.
of touch it a little bit there,
Okay.
then I'm gonna flip it over, and then I'm gonna do this, and then
Oh, yeah, 'cause it's
I'm ready
sticky.
to go. Yeah.
You can't like.
And then see, it's my sticky back, and then
Okay.
I'm ready to go with my next project.
Awesome.
Okay.
Now, when I took that bat out of that stabilizer, I used my fabric folding pen with water in it.
Okay.
And you can see it kind of,
It made it curl.
yeah, I gave it a little curl. So probably we want to just
You
cut
wanted
those
to cut,
off.
yeah. You'd probably want to cut a few of these little pieces off here. But if you hadn't have done the folding pin, the fabric folding pin to take that out, and if you just were to use a seam ripper,
Okay.
then you'd have a nice flat edge, and you'd just take your seam ripper just ever so carefully around the edge of your project, and you would do it that way.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So then now I haven't not wasted, but I have all of this stabilizer that I've saved on.
Yeah.
And so that excess that I've saved here can go for another project.
another
So it
project.
works out really nice.
So
yeah.
how big of a empty space would you?
Yeah, you know,
replace
you have to be a
generally?
little careful with that one. I mean, if this was any much bigger than this, I probably would not.
Okay.
And then it also depends on what the design is going to be for your
Cutting
next
in?
one.
Okay.
The next one you're going to do
Not
on
too
here.
dense.
Right.
With this big of a space open.
Right. So you want to be careful about that one, because if they're too big of pieces, then you definitely
throw it away.
Yeah, throw it away
It's okay
and
to
start
throw it
again.
away.
It is. It is definitely okay to throw it away. So yeah. So those are just a couple of hints that we can give you as far as Frankensteining your stabilizer. How are we doing over there,
We're
Fern?
just getting on the last center of the stitching here.
Okay.
So
Let's just quick, let's stop it here for a minute. Just kind of give us an idea of what it's going to look like.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the wrong button.
So this will just kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what this is going to look like. Because we have some more exciting things to show.
Oh, yes, we do.
In Things 3. So, oh, that's going to be so
That's
cute.
really cute.
Look at that one. That's going to be perfect. The lighter color on there, on that black and orange checked would be just great. So there we go. This is one of the other designs that you could put just on the, again, on the corner of a towel. That would work out great.
Well, I'm excited to use these designs in all these different ways.
Yeah.
Because they're really going to
Halloween,
quick, easy projects.
Great way
Yeah.
to decorate your Halloween, your home for Halloween, and you can put them all over, and they're great. So again, these are available on our website at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com in the 3 sizes: 4x4, 5x7, and a 6x10. Okay.
Sweet,
And
love it.
we're going to bring Kris back with us
Yes, we
and
are.
show you some more fun little projects that we've got planned. So we'll see you just in a few minutes.
Three Things Live is back in full swing, and last week we got our Jane Austen on during our quarterly book club.
We read Pride and Prejudice, and we were inspired to make a needlebook, a table runner, and our exclusive Pemberley patchwork quilt.
We had Cindy Cloward, the owner of Riley Blake Design, stop by. She shared her visit to the Austen House in England with us and how that trip inspired new fabrics, quilts, and how you could get your hands on them too.
You are definitely going to want to watch all week so you can learn about the amazing trip we are going to take next year.
I'm definitely going. You should too.
Just watch Three Things Live every Monday through Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mountain or 3 p.m. Eastern, or use the links below to catch up on what you missed.
Remember that Three Things Live is where we always have something to make you smile
Something to learn.
and something to discover. Let's go.
We're going to start with layer cakes.
Okay.
You need to take 20 layer cake 10-inch squares.
Okay.
That will be your front, and 20 will be your back.
So it's almost
Correct.
reversible.
You're going to take these, use this on both sides.
Okay, so it's all quilted.
Right, and you've done this for all 20 of the squares.
This is what we're referring to as the sashing. So this is a single layer, right sides together. We place this down. This is folded with the fold going towards the
Yes.
center and raw edges
And
along.
raw
Raw
edges.
edge
Okay.
aligned. We're going to take this one right here, and we're going to put these together like this. Can you see that all right?
Yeah, because you're putting the right side together with the right side. That back looks perfect.
It's really good. This is the part that gets a little bit tricky. Make sure in your bobbin, you have a bobbin that matches or blends to your back. So on the front, have it blend with your sashing. Stitch like as close as you can to the very edge. That's all you've got to do to get this row together.
How simple.
Time is precious. That's why My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop is pleased to introduce the new roam-free collection. Simply set, snip, place, and press. Every piece is pre-cut, pre-fused, and has an adhesive backing, featuring the revolutionary applique by number system. Sewing is optional. Make each block individually. Or join them all together to make something truly incredible in a fraction of the time. Get yours today at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We are in number three. Number three? How's that? Yeah, I don't know. That's a tongue twister at times. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, you two, that was really fun. I am so excited about those designs. I think they're simple, they're fast to stitch out, and you saw that there were so many different ways of using them.
So many different ways.
Yeah.
Options, lots of options, lots of options.
And you gave some great tips for all of us too, so I'm so grateful for that. I wanted to answer a question that was in the comments while you guys were stitching, and that was someone asked about how did we make that into a standalone. And so with that, I used a tearaway stabilizer. I placed black felt on first. I just put it on as my background before I even stitched anything.
Yeah.
So the piece of black felt went right across the hoop, and then I stitched like normal.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's
And then you
it.
cut it out.
And then you
And then when
just
you're
cut
done,
it
you
out
just trim
just
it out.
outside of the satin stitch.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to make it a patch like on the onesie, all you do is add the double-sided Pro
Bond.
Pro
Pro
Bond,
Double
whatever.
Pro Bond.
Something. Yeah, you know what I'm talking
And you do
about,
that
right?
afterwards, yeah.
And you do that afterwards, and there's your patch.
Yeah.
So it's very, very simple to do, and patches are so fun because you don't have to. If you're worried about stitching it onto something, you don't have to worry about puckering. You don't have to worry about any of that. Just do the patches, and you are good to go. So I wanted to make sure and
especially
address
the
that.
onesies.
Especially the onesies,
especially, or a T-shirt that is a smaller T-shirt that might not be real convenient.
Yes.
You got to
Easy to
fight
get
with
out
it
of
in your
Yes.
hoop or whatever.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
patches, I think, have come a long ways.
Yes,
and
they have. And,
you can get
we're
it on
seeing lots
straight.
of ways to use them. Yes, and you
get
can
it
put
on
it on straight. Exactly. All right, guys. Well, as we wrap up this week, it's kind of interesting to think about. If you've been with us on Monday, if you're with us on Tuesday and now today, you have seen that on Monday we did a quilting project, right? And then we used the ScanNCut for Theme 3 to show some vinyl. Yesterday, we were able to do a serging project. And then during Theme 3, we used the ScanNCut to cut out paper and do little treat boxes. Yeah. Today, we did machine embroidery, and we're going to use the ScanNCut to now cut out fabric, which is our favorite thing. Exactly. Yes. And so hopefully you see that there's a big mix of lots of different things to think about, because there's a lot of you out there, and all of us have different tastes.
Different likes.
And different likes and stuff. So today with the ScanNCut, I thought, let's talk about what if you have, and this is going to appeal to those of you who may not have an embroidery machine, and you are used to doing let's say, cutting out templates from a sewing pattern.
Applique, like an applique.
A sewing applique pattern. And there's a lot of patterns out there that don't include machine embroidery files or SVG files or anything like that. They're just plain sewing applique. Yeah. And so today I thought, you know what, I'm going to show you how you can scan that applique pattern and be able to cut out without having to do the traditional method of heat and bond light and cutting scissors and all of that. Okay. So for my example, let's talk about this adorable little Halloween owl right here. And if you will go ahead and separate those pages so that they can see that these are the templates that, we talk about, that we see in patterns oftentimes, but that we don't have, we would have to do heat and bond light on. That's a lot of cutting, and that's a lot of drawing, right? Okay, so by scanning that in, I was able to make this easy trick or treat bag. Now, the other really fun thing about this, you guys, is that I did not use a heat and bond light. Rather, I used heat and bond ultra, because this is a no-sew project.
Okay.
All right. I don't know about you,
Yes.
but I don't necessarily want to spend a ton of time on a trick-or-treat bag.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just saying.
exactly.
And so if you're thinking, you know what, I would love to do a cute applique, but I don't have time and I don't want to put a lot of energy into it, put Heat and Bond Ultra, because you don't sew through that, but it's going to stick on there really well.
Stay there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
cute
look
moon on
Isn't
there.
that
for his
cute?
eye.
Yes.
That's you did a great job
But
on this.
for today's example, I only thought it was fitting because you guys talked about Frankensteining
yes.
stabilizer. So I had to create a frankly fun little project here. Here we go.
Oh,
So
how
here's
fun is
Frankly
that?
Fun. And he is going to go on a trick-or-treat bag as well. Isn't he a cutie?
I love it. He's darling.
So, and just so everyone knows, we have both of those patterns on our website, and today they're absolutely free for everyone.
Awesome.
So
Free?
go ahead.
Free.
Free 99.
$3.99.
Oh, that's right.
man.
So go ahead and show them this pattern. And those are the little templates that go, and this is little Frankenstein's head.
So like
All
I'm
right.
telling you right now, I don't want to be cutting out those stitches.
Exactly,
on it,
and you don't
or
want to cut out the
lettering.
letters.
None of this stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So for this, I'm going to use the scanning mat. So go ahead
it
and
has-
lift up the top. And
I know this mat.
Do you know this mat?
Yes.
It's pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Now this scanning mat
wanna-
is fantastic, and the reason for this is because you can scan your project right through your machine, and it's going to keep everything the exact same size because it's reading all the registration marks, right? And you don't have to worry about if you've ever scanned on a regular mat, you get lots of threads, you get lots of things going on,
Because
right?
your mats are a mess.
dirty. Yeah.
Even when you clean them, you can't get everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how this is done at the machine. So the scanning mat, to remind you, it is not a cutting mat. It's
Yeah,
simply for scanning. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and wake up my machine here. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and hit scan. And I could do a direct cut, scan to cut data, or scan to USB. I'm not going to do a direct cut because that would mean that I would be cutting on the mat right after I
you don't
scan
wanna
this,
do-
and I don't want to do
you
that.
don't wanna do
Exactly.
that.
So I'm going to do scan to cut data, and I need to load my mat. And now, once it's loaded, I'm going to go ahead and scan it. So it's now scanning it. Again, all of the dimensions are going to be absolutely
Exact.
perfect and
Yes.
exact. Yeah, precise. So, all right. All right, so once that is done, it's recognized it. Now let's take a look at what happens on the screen. It's going to take just a minute for it to just do its little calculations here.
Way faster than my copy machine.
Exactly. That's so
Yeah.
true. And you can see right here that it has been highlighted, right? Well, I want to choose to cut outside directly on those lines. So I'm going to select that little shape button there. Now all my lines are in black. And I don't need that bottom piece that has our little copyright symbol and all that.
Decorative thing, yeah.
We don't need any of that. So I've gone ahead and taken that out and hit preview and OK. And now I could save it to this machine. I could save it to a USB stick, whatever I wanted, because right now all I'm doing is I'm just scanning this. I'm not even cutting it quite yet. And I want to show you why this is important. All right, now that I've scanned that, I can go back to home and I need to retrieve data because now I'm ready to start cutting. I'm also going to remove my scanning mat.
So you don't cut on it.
Exactly. But you know what the good news is? It recognizes it. It won't
It
allow
won't
you
do
to do
it.
it.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. I can pull this up. And now you can see all of my pieces are right there. Notice that I had the little Frankenstein head. He was on a separate piece of paper. I can add that in right now if I wanted to, all right? But the nice thing about this is now I can move these around so that I have certain places that I'm gonna put all the black fabric, all the white fabric, and so forth. All right, so I went ahead and I took a few pictures of me doing these steps, and I'm gonna show you on the screen right now what's happening. All right, so as you can see here, I have gone ahead and I've moved all of my black is up here, and my green is right here. This I thought would be fun to do in another fun color. Didn't have to be black necessarily. This I wanted to do in purple. These were my white eyes. This was my gray little screws, and so forth. So you can see here that I have this all mapped out, and it was so simple to do. All right, oops, I didn't get my little preview on here. Hold on, Smokey Joe's. Okay, let's go ahead and, no, that's the one. Let's take Desktop Presenter off for just a moment while I grab my other pictures. Okay, so I'm going to grab these and I want to highlight all of them. Okay.
So there's a
let's see.
question out there, Kris. It says, do you remove the plastic sheet on the mat before the scan?
No.
Not on the scanning mat because it's connected.
But not only that, it keeps whatever you have in place.
In place, yeah. If you have
Okay.
multiple things.
Let's go back to the screen share again. All right, so with this, you can see I have now already cut out all of my fabric pieces, and I'm going to use the fabric mat. Okay, that's really important. And I place my heat and bond on the back of it, and I turn it over so that the fabric is facing down. All right.
So what we're
fabric's
seeing there
facing
is
down.
the wrong side of the fabric.
Exactly, and because if I didn't know what all the pieces were, I went ahead and just took a marker and just wrote screws, eyes, face, bow tie, so that when it came through, I knew exactly where everything was to go.
So you can actually write on that mat, on that plastic.
Well, no, we're writing on the heat and bond.
Okay.
On the back
Okay,
of
we're
your
writing
fabric.
on the heat and bond on the
Okay.
back of the fabric, so you can see here. Now, all I have to do then is hit this button right here, because this is going to scan my mat so that I can see where my fabric goes. And there you have it, you guys. Do you see all my little pieces of fabric? Now I can make sure all of my pieces fit on, and I'm ready to go. So I went ahead and did that. Let's come back here to the cutting mat. And right here you can see that all of my pieces are there, and I've already gone ahead and cut it. And do you guys want to do the honors of pulling it off?
Yeah.
Look how simple that is. And I forgot to grab my little spatula, but go ahead and peel those off. Peel off the applique.
Oh, you want the whole thing off?
Yeah, we can do that too.
This is why we have nails.
Yeah, there you go. Instead of that spatula, right?
That's
okay,
right.
let's go ahead and show these off right here. I've got my face is right here. There
Okay.
you go. Let's go ahead and
might be
build him
upside
out
down.
a little bit.
We're going to have some
Fine.
eyeballs here.
Yeah, we got eyeballs.
Oh, whoops.
Someone had asked if I could have put the wording all closer together. Yes, you definitely can. However, it's still not going to cut out altogether when you're cutting fabric, because you're cutting all the way through the fabric. Unlike vinyl does a half cut, and then that's where, it would be fine to have the letters all be together. So it really doesn't matter when you're cutting with fabric, all right? Because those letters are not necessarily welded together. All right, so you
like
can
a
see,
task.
yeah. Isn't he cute? Go ahead, let's
darling.
put them together. Come on,
Oh,
you
this
guys
is-
got it.
This one, his mouth.
That's his little mouth. Again, can you imagine cutting all those out by hand? This would not
nope.
be fun. All right, so, and especially those letters. So I think he's gonna look absolutely adorable on a little trick-or-treat bag. He was fast, he was easy to make, the cutting was perfect, and
There's little
I'm
black
now ready to
dots.
go.
There's even little black
Little
dots.
tiny
I'll
ones.
tell you, his name is Frankly Fun, and I will tell you that cutting all that out by hand would
Would
not
not have been
be
fun.
frankly fun.
frankly,
boom,
darling.
boom. There you go. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with
That's
him.
darling.
So
There we go.
yeah, and then if we had time, we'd go through the letters and all the things. But you can see how simple it is to cut fabric. So simple. So again, heat and bond light on the back, or if you're not going to do a sew through it, go ahead and use Heat and Bond Ultra. That's what I did on these. I do like to spray my fabric with a little bit of Material Magic just to make it a little bit stiffer. I put the fabric side down on a fabric mat using a fabric blade. So if you have more questions about how the ScanNCut works, how you might want to use it in different ways, be sure to check out our playlist on YouTube, because we have an entire playlist that continues to grow of new videos on showing exactly how to do each of these things. Our goal is we want you to get the most out of that machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not want you to get that machine and have it sitting in a box. Yeah. You've got to see all the various ways that you can use it. And guess what? If I wanted to make that into a little paper card, I could cut it out of paper. I could shrink it down if I wanted to, very easily. I could cut that out of vinyl if I wanted to and put him on a sweatshirt. So very fun. Kathy's asking, can you please show the scanning mat again? Yes, it's this one right here. It has a clear cover over top. Let's pull that up. Yep, so that everything stays down nice and tight underneath there. And
it says it right on
there
here.
You go.
That's what it is.
Scanning mat. Yeah. So hopefully that helps. And yes, Janice, the right side of the fabric was facing down. So, all right, guys.
I went through the videos when I started using mine, because I hadn't, and it was so quick and easy just to watch one after another. They're short. They're to the point. They're concise, they're easy to see what buttons to push, and it just made sense. And like for me, I'll watch them maybe one or two more times. So then when I go to use it, the knowledge is there, it's going to come back.
Exactly.
And it's going to make sense.
Exactly. So true. Thanks, Fern. So that is all we have for Three Things Live today. This has been a jam-packed week, don't you think?
Oh, such fun stuff.
Wow,
A lot of fun stuff.
And I forgot to mention those adorable tea towels that these two
Oh,
showed.
yes.
They're on our website.
They're on our website.
Yes, and they'll also be on Comment Sold tonight as well. So if any of
get
you
them
are
now.
joining us for Comment Sold, they will be there if they're still
If
available,
there's any left.
right? Exactly.
We
You
know
just
that, guys.
never know. All right, friends. Thank you so much for being with us this week. We're so grateful for all of your support. And if you enjoyed today's episode, if you wouldn't mind sharing it with a friend, we would be very grateful. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Keep doing all the things you love, and we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.